Three female entrepreneurs turned besties share on life, business, and the journey through the mess. Join their community with every new episode for connection, education, a few laughs, and the hype energy like a bathroom full of drunk girls at a bar. It's okay.
We're your friends now! Hey everybody, it's Biz!
Hey, it's Katie!
And hi, it's Ashleigh! Look at us back at the podcast studio after the worst February ever in some ways in terms of our calendars. Yeah.
Real life.
This is just how it is sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But what's important is that you get back to the things that you want to prioritize.
Our theme song should have just been Biz's song from last time. I'm not perfect.
Oh my god, it would have been totally, because she just left my house. She was at my house this weekend for mini Mardi Gras. So she's lovely. Absolutely lovely.
That's so fun.
I'm
so excited to see you guys. Today we're doing a surprise topic. So
even better.
Sometimes we tell each other what we want to talk about, and sometimes we even send like detailed outlines so that we can prepare. Other times it's more fun to surprise people. So I'm going to share where I got this from, so it's not stealing, because I don't know where it actually originated from. So I'm just going to cite my source. There is a networking group that is in a few cities, and they're called BASE, B-A-S-E. And they do like networking dinners and whatever. Their whole thing is that they try to pair people up to have the most fruitful conversations that they can. And they are supposedly opening a Denver branch. So I was like, I want to learn more about this. They're talking about like they prioritize experiences. So you have to apply so that they can know about you and properly set you up and match you with people. And part of that process is that they take you through what they call their archetypes. So we're going to talk about archetypes of people and what we think we are. Have you either of you ever done like archetype type stuff?
Okay, so I feel like a year or something ago, somebody sent it in some group chat somewhere and was like, do this quiz. And I took it, and as I do, I just promptly forgot.
There's like some distant memory where like archetype is familiar, but like
I feel like I remember there was a queen or a goddess or something, and I was like, okay,
that's me, bitch.
Yes, I'm so glad you said that, because that's what I always wrote off archetypes, because it's very like girl boss vibe to me a lot of times, which don't get me wrong, I love a girl boss, but it's like become this commercialized over, like it's encouraging women for the glorification of exploitation of capitalism. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
just to sell me something because it says girl boss. And I hate that. Like, yes, I will buy a Porsche just because it's pink, but don't with me about it.
I'm going to be mad about it the whole time.
So normally I just kind of roll my eyes at archetype stuff because of that.
Yeah. Can I take a quiz to find out what I am, or are you going to walk us through it?
No, it's not a quiz. It's a self-described option. So I'm going to take you guys through it, and you're going to just say like yes or no, and like why or why not. But what's going to be a problem is you're going to hear one, you're going to think that's me, and then I think you're going to hear others and be like, wait, identity crisis. I don't know anymore.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay. So
I'm scared. I'm ready.
Game face on. Our first archetype is the artist. You create art or have taken a radical new approach to a traditional job. Ooh.
Yes.
That's Biz.
Yeah, Biz. Okay, so I would like I would like Biz to elaborate a little on that, because like you're a mortgage lender.
The elaboration part. I thought this was a speed quiz.
The banking industry is probably like one of the oldest institutions in the country.
Yeah, no, 100%. So I would absolutely define myself as creative, because I make art in any way I possibly can. And I am hell-bent on doing things my way. And I've got, even though like with what I'm doing in my field in lending. And so even if like it's somebody else's idea and I like read up, it's like a hodgepodge kind of thing. And that to me makes it different. Like, what is it? Trademark law? It's only got to be like 20% different or something like that. And
Ooh, so you only have to be 20% different.
It's something really lame. It's like if it's like only so much different, then you get to claim it legally as your own.
Oh.
It's some little, I don't know, some lawyer listening to this. Please don't hate me whenever I'm quoting it. But it's something ridiculous. It's not like 50%. It's less than 50%. So yeah, anyway. That's my logic. I'm sticking to it.
That's super interesting. And I think it's funny because when you apply that to like businesses, like, you ever see like, oh my gosh, they're opening another burger joint, but they just do a little something different. That's all it takes. Okay. Yeah. So Biz is a yes to artist. Katie is
God
no.
bless American laws.
Yeah, no, I'm not an artist.
My gut is no, this is not me. And I do try to find creative solutions within my job. But the word radical is what really made me think that's not me. Like a radical new approach. I think I take a creative approach, but not a radical. So,
but here's the thing: it's like Biz to me, like lives and breathes art and seeks a different perspective and just sees the world differently. And like you look for like beauty and whimsy and all these things, and like, bro, not me.
I think if I could get inside of Biz's body for a day, I think all the colors would be brighter. I think she sees colors brighter.
Aww. Yeah. Such a compliment. Thanks.
And so then she just does things to make all the beauty put together in something that people can like actually look at. So, okay, Biz is the artist.
All right. Next is the alchemist. You connect ideas and people into something new and valuable.
Okay, well, hello. Hi.
Yeah.
Katie's yeah.
Literally just finished. I came to this recording from a phone call where someone said, "Tell me about yourself." And I said, "I'd rather tell you about the people that I love."
Aww.
Like, can I connect you to somebody new or interesting? That would be better. Yeah, that's wow. That is.
But when I read that, I was like, "Oh, there's Katie right there. I see her right in front of me on this quiz or this multiple choice form." And it just made me laugh because we've always known that that's like your superpower, but we've never had a word to describe it. And now you have one. You're an alchemist.
I love that. Okay, it makes me feel like I'm a scientist.
Roll 10.
I love that. Okay, what's next? This is way better than a quiz.
I know.
Yeah. Okay, so next is the explorer. You are driven by a desire to discover and experience new things.
Ashleigh.
Okay, Ashleigh. Did you purposely put all three?
I know, it's like order. Stop it, I'm on to you. That was Katie. So is everyone else listening at home.
Everyone else. This is just how they all were. Isn't that funny? Because it made me wonder, like, if they're in an order because they try to make sure there's an artist, an alchemist, and an explorer, like, always together because they have great conversations.
Really?
I don't know. I wonder because obviously we all have great conversations.
I'm so smart.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So yeah, I read that and I was like, oh. What's funny is I still didn't select it because I wanted to keep reading because I'm driven to know all the things.
Is there another
explore all the
options? Just 3.
There's more.
No, there's more. Oh, okay.
Can we be like more? Can we be like parts of them? Or do we have one
in this quiz? Or I keep saying it's a quiz. It's just a multiple choice. Like you pick one.
Okay.
Okay. So next, you're a leader. You are an entrepreneur, team leader, or manage a portfolio. Ruh-roh.
All 3 of us? Okay.
So see, I immediately started to get tripped up.
Yeah, this is a problem.
Nah. Mm-mm.
Not for
I'm
you?
still artin. I'm still art skin.
Feel like
I
your
think
art
so.
outweighs your leader.
Because of that last thing in the leadership. What was the last thing?
Manage a portfolio.
Yeah. I like the visionary piece of it. I don't like the actual managing piece of that.
That's a good point.
Like the actual doing of it. And I think that, so if I have to pick one, then I'm going to stick with the artist because of that reason.
It sounds kind of like you enjoy inspiring others and maybe not so much to like managing them step by step to success, which would lean more, in my opinion, to like an artist type feel.
Yeah, like the new approach to a tradition, like new approach to traditional leadership and traditional entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So like that's it. It's like I like to set the roadmap and then like check in and be like, oh yeah, that worked. That's great. Let's do it again. That's literally been my career the past 5 years. So, but sorry, keep going. Yep.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, next, the sage. You are revered for your experience, insight, and mentorship.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm on my way there. I didn't feel like I'm there yet.
That's same. I feel like that's like, and you're supposed to self-identify as these because that's the thing that I think, honestly, all three of us probably struggle with that to some varying personal extent of how bright our individual lighthouses are at this point in our lives. And so like, ew, to that question. But like, I get it. Like, that's where that's like, it's like that's like self-grading like your final in college.
I don't think so, because think about like people like Becca Lutz, who that she's going to have insight based very deeply on a more logical or experience or wisdom perspective.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thanks for that bigger picture. I'm just looking at you guys. Can't help it.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah, no, cool. Thanks for that. You're right. Yeah, Becca does describe that perfectly. And there are like maybe a handful of other people that I would put in that category, but she is like top of that list. Like picture of her.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Great example.
That is a good example. That was good, Katie. You came up with that so fast.
Oh, thanks.
Look at you connecting the dots with people.
Because she's an alchemist. All right. So the next one is the healer. You're dedicated to the well-being of others. How cute is that? That's not me. I care about your well-being, but I'm not.
Yeah. I care a lot, and I'm dedicated to the well-being of like my family, but
I'm over here like, well, I'm surely if you guys are saying that. As much as we talk about Ashleigh's like, Ashleigh's the friend you want if you're lost. Katie is good. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I think it's interesting. And if you put it in like the context of what they're doing with their networking groups, it's almost like they're trying to isolate all the medical care people so they're not all together or something. Like they're trying to avoid, I don't know, having a like you arrive to your dinner and it's all healthcare professionals and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow. No, that's a tough one.
Isn't it? Who else do you think would really pick that? I think it'd really only be people who either work.
Social
workers, healthcare workers, maybe like holistic, like yoga teachers or something like that.
But dedicated to the well-being of others. Like that, I think of people who like run big nonprofits or have like dedicated their lives to opening like soup kitchens and like maybe also some like nurses, some doctors, like some of that. But I think of people who like They have dedicated themselves to improving lives. And some people who are activists might really feel that they resonate with this too, because their entire life's mission is to improve quality of life for other people. Doesn't necessarily have to be like
Katie's just full of
medicinally
insights.
healing.
That's opening my
Maybe
mind.
I'm a sage.
That hair toss was perf.
Oh, thanks.
Please tell me you've seen the Wicked movie.
Yeah, toss.
No, maybe I'll watch it tonight.
Oh, please watch it.
Okay.
Have you been to the musical?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to flip a chair if you were going
And
to
you
say
still
no.
haven't seen them. No, even more so flip the chair. You've seen the musical and you haven't seen the movie?
It's like 3 hours long.
It is long. I had to pee so bad, and I knew we were almost at the end, so I had to wait. Oh, because it's not theater.
Your bladder was defying gravity.
It really was. Okay. Watch it tonight, Katie. We have one last archetype. The scholar. You're passionate, knowledgeable, and possess deep expertise in a particular subject.
Oh, good Lord. This is my husband.
Yeah.
Brett's the scholar.
Yeah.
Interesting. Not me. I love to teach, but that's not.
I just love these little personality buckets when you can really get so many people organized into them. And it's just interesting to me that, like, we always think of ourselves as so, like, we're an individual, we're alone, we're the only person experiencing this. And then you look at things like that and you're like, well, shit, apparently I'm not.
Yeah. But it's also interesting because there's people who could fall into more than one. And I'm sure, like just as we've seen that, but it's thinking, what's the predominant characteristic that shows through?
Yeah. And I think it's interesting when like you guys asked at the beginning, is this a quiz? And it's not, it's just self-selecting. So almost every personality assessment I've ever done has been a quiz where it then tells me what my personality is. Very rarely is it like time to do some self-reflection and think about who you are.
Yeah.
I okay, so about it, do you think that yours has changed, Ashleigh? Like, because you know how like you do the like strengths finders and those can shift over time? Yeah. Like, have you had this change since the first time you did it? Because I feel like you could do it again. It's not like that one Katie had us do before.
Yeah. So because I only found this like a week ago, so I'd have to wait like 5 years before thinking, well, this one has changed.
Thanks. Yeah.
But
right. I'm curious because like I've been thinking about that lately as I've been more intentional in how I show up into rooms and appointments. Like I really became like hyper mindful of needing to create like a little bit of space in between my appointments because good God, it's been nuts. And with that, like really being mindful of how I'm showing up, like choosing to show up with that. But really what I'm doing is choosing which strengths I'm going to have go. So like to the question that you're talking about, like where it's self-discovery, in this or self-identifying, and like Katie's point that we could probably identify a little bit with each of them, and so like for me it was always kind of like which card am I like strength card am I going to pull out in this, especially like when like I don't know, do you ever think about it that way? Like, and so that's why it's interesting whenever I hear this, like the self-discovery piece of it. Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, when I'm walking into rooms, I think less about like what of my strengths are useful here, and I think a lot more about like how am I adapting to the room around me. So like not that I would ever voluntarily do this, but if I ever went to a conference for engineers, I would be a lot more reserved and analytical in my conversations, and like, the questions I ask would change because of how that personality type typically receives information. Whereas if I'm at a sales conference, that's going to be different. If I'm in a room full of young agents, it's different than if I'm in a room full of older agents, because like there's just so many differences in like the way generations communicate, the way certain personality types communicate. And so I care less about my strengths and I care more about helping, like, and this goes back to how to win friends and influence people and how it impacted me. My approach is always, how can I make everybody else feel more comfortable in this room? Or feel more appreciated, feel more heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the best. Thanks.
Yeah. I think it's kind of psychotic to approach things that way at times, but.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think it goes back to your core values at like what make you tick and feel sane, right? And there's no right or wrong answer to it. I just think it's awesome that you have clarity around that and go and do it. That's kind of how like I guess it's like in the same way, like that's what I'm rewarding myself for, is that clarity too, I guess, with it. But that's it. Yeah.
So I will let you guys know if I get accepted or if they kick this Denver.
Yes, please.
Off. I'm hoping they do, because mostly I love a good networking group that's local, because you know how it is. All your friends are a flight away all the time. But I'm also really just interested in seeing how on earth they match people up. So like the second I get at a table, I'm going to say, what was your archetype?
Yeah.
Because I want to know, do they stick all the explorers together? Do they group, like they make sure there's not too many leaders? Maybe like they're okay having 5 artists, but there can't be 5 leaders because they dominate the conversation.
That wouldn't work. Yeah. Did you end up going with explorer for yours?
I ended up going with leader for mine.
Okay. I had those 2 down for you, so I was interested which one you
felt like from a like if you knew nothing about me, that one would be the first thing you'd get to. And then the deeper level of me would be getting to the explorer. But on a more like day-to-day superficial level, who is Ashleigh? Well, she's somebody that is an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that really does define you. And I think that I think that the explorer is, exactly like you said, it's the deeper level. Like that's just how the entrepreneurship is, how it shows up.
Yeah.
So
this is fascinating.
I love it. I want like a book on it. I'm like, where's the book?
Yeah.
I want to read about it. But I do like the idea of like the archetype, because like there's the disc profile, there's the whatever, the Enneagram and the INFJ and whatever. But there's something about like cute words and cute little bow tie packaging that I just love. You know, like saying I'm a high D is not sexy, but like, oh, I'm an explorer archetype is like, ooh, I'm curious. I want to know.
Oh, goodness
gracious. I love this. How fun.
Yeah, so it's actually a fun little conversation to bring us all back into our podcast now that I'm done dying from the flu. Biz is back.
I love that affirmation, Ashleigh. I am done dying from the flu.
That's going to be me tomorrow morning. Trying to get up to go to the gym. I am done dying from the flu.
I want that for you so hard.
Yeah.
So what's everybody got going up this weekend? I'm Mardi Gras.
One other thing I wanted to share with Biz is I came across, because we were talking about affirmations, I came across this post, and this girl was saying your manifestations aren't working because you're asking for outcomes instead of opportunities. Ask for the chance to make it happen, not for life to be given to you, because it never will.
Love.
So going on with our archetypes and our mindset and all of those things, if you're somebody that is like a manifester, consider that. If you feel like you've been trying to manifest and things aren't going your way, maybe it's because you're asking for outcome and not opportunity.
Love it. Thank you.
I love that a lot.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. I know this was just kind of a little bit of a rabbit trail, as Katie has named them. Instead of a rabbit hole, it's a rabbit trail. But it's just fun. I just love this kind of stuff. So thank you for having a conversation with me. And enjoy your new archetype brand. You can see it on your Instagram bios today.
Yeah, today, Biz, I expect you to tell everybody at Mardi Gras. Well, I'm an artist.
She's the artist of the mortgage world.
Yeah, no. I'm really excited. My college roommate, my best friend, is coming. And so I'm really excited to get to spend time with her and my nugget. So yeah.
Yay.
Well,
good.
y'all have a good weekend too. Boop, 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 boop,
Boop, boop, boop, boop.
boop.